The cloud revolution is here, and it's not just going to stop with the cloudification of server-based processes. We are going to be seeing further cloud-native applications in a vast and open ecosystem, and eventually usher in the metaverse and the autonomous driving world. So the major commonality in all of that is Alibaba Cloud. They are absolutely going to be a key player powering the whole ecosystem. And this is the most exciting segment of Alibaba and the main reason why many have invested in this company. But is it actually as exciting as everyone is making it out to be? Well, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new, because that's exactly what we're going to be covering in this video. You're watching More Money. Let's get it. This is the big one, guys. Most investors in Alibaba are most excited about Alibaba Cloud. And they're not the only ones to be excited either, as Daniel Zhang, CEO of Alibaba, also shares in this excitement. He has stated that every business in the future will be powered by cloud, and that cloud computing will eventually become Alibaba's main business. But as I always like to explain, they have a long way to go if they want to make that happen, as core commerce is 87% of the business and cloud is only 8% of the business. So even if cloud grows at 25% a year for the next 5 years, it'll only become 10% of the business overall. Now, in my base case scenario, I'm forecasting growth in the Alibaba Cloud segment at approximately 25% a year for the next 5 years, which honestly may be a figure that management disagrees with, as they estimate that the Chinese cloud markets are expected to grow at a rate of 37% year over year into 2025. This represents a growth rate that is much higher than the US cloud market, which is expected to grow at 21% year over year until 2025, as the US market appears to be more developed than the Chinese market. Regardless, the cloud revolution is upon us, guys, and I do believe it's important to gain exposure into this space at a reasonable price, and Alibaba may be the best opportunity to gain exposure based on the current valuations today. And it's very comforting to note that Alibaba is not just a participant in this industry. They are the market leader in China, the market leader in Asia, and I would say that they are amongst the big four globally, albeit Amazon and Microsoft are way ahead of them, and they have recently been growing faster than Alibaba as well. Alibaba's market dominance in China has been evidenced by their major household name clients in the internet sector of Chinese commerce, including entertainment, gaming, e-commerce, and pan-internet industries. Additionally, their customer diversity expands into the digital transformation market, which largely will be the next major leg of growth for cloud computing, which is currently being led by the finance and public sector industries. Personally, I would like to know how much of that public sector business is state-owned firms. This is because, if you recall, in August of 2021, China ordered state firms to migrate to government cloud services. So Alibaba and other private providers are expected to lose out on all of that business. I love that they're already focusing on the Southeast Asia market and seeing high rates of revenue growth. There is no point in leaving this market unaddressed, so I'm glad to see their leadership and focus on attempt to become dominant internationally as well. Alibaba is looking ahead into the future of cloud, which they refer to as Cloud 3.0. This is better explained with the highlighted items, where currently our 4G internet is largely being used for e-commerce, social media, and video streaming. In the future, large amounts of bandwidth are expected to be used for the metaverse, including industrial, artificial intelligence technology, and autonomous vehicles. So it's very clear that Alibaba Cloud is gearing up to not just remain the market leader today, but be a pivotal participant in the rollout of the new era of the computing age. And how exactly are they doing this? Well, there are 100 answers for this, and most will be better than mine. But I think the simplest way to explain it is that they are utilizing a two-pronged strategy. The first is that they're actively cloudifying traditional technologies and systems that ran on local servers. This is what I would describe as phase one, the cloud revolution. And secondly, they are simultaneously creating an open source ecosystem to allow for the creation of cloud native applications, which are intended to give us new solutions in public services, retail, finance, transport, and manufacturing. That's what I would call as the second phase of the cloud revolution. And it's that second phase that will eventually lead us to the third phase of the cloud revolution, where data networks, devices, assets, and the cloud will converge to work together seamlessly. This is what's expected to usher in the metaverse and the autonomous vehicle networks. And you can see here that they are committed to growing the open source communities, as they are actively participating in the communities and providing access to their proprietary software. So there's a few takeaways that I have from here. The first is that the hype is real. Alibaba is a runaway leader in the Chinese cloud computing market. That being said, we have to be realistic here, and we can expect 37% annualized growth despite what Alibaba is telling us. And to be honest, guys, even 25% a year seems too high, but I don't have a reason to bring that down just yet, so I'm going to leave it at that expectation at the moment. Finally, don't forget that Alibaba Cloud is a small part of Alibaba's overall revenues and operating income. Even if it grows at 25% a year, it will only become 10% of Alibaba's revenues in 5 years. That being said, there's a ton of upside here, especially as we usher in the 5G-led convergence age, which will give us the autonomous driving networks and the metaverse. Guys, I'm going to share something important with you guys. My New Year's resolution is that you subscribe to the channel. So if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do my absolute best to earn your subscription, and I hope that I've done it with this video. And it also sends YouTube a strong message that non-hype, research-focused YouTubers are the ones that should be shared across the platform. Also, guys, it's super important that you understand what Alibaba has said throughout all of their Investor Day presentations, and if you've missed any of that, don't worry, you know a guy who's crazy enough to sit through and digest all of it, and I've made a series that covers all of it right here.